There's no justice there. Who's there for the coming into the silence of the night, for the come speaking into the dream of the sunlight of its steam, to come back in tears for the unfinished years, for the wakening we should be inside of paradise, for the thirsting for long eyes. Watch the slow door, the opening and letting in. Let out no more come to me.
There's no justice there. Who's there for the coming into the silence of the night, for the come speaking into the dream of the sunlight of its steam, to come back in tears for the
There's no justice there. Who's there for the coming into the silence of the night, for the come speaking into the dream of the sunlight of its steam, to come back in tears for the unfinished years, for the wakening we should be inside of paradise, for the thirsting for long eyes. Watch the slow door, the opening and letting in. Let out no more come to me in dreams that I may live. For the very again, for the love, for the code, for the death, for the coming back into the dream, and I may give it back to the pulse. The breath's a breath is speaking low, lean low. It's long ago, for the long ago, than I know how. I am the reckoning for the thread of life. You for the meaning of love, for the sleeping of me. Maybe if I could wake up and dream about, maybe what I would not fantasize so much for the irresponsible silence of the land, for the irresponsible sound, for the sea, for the speaking, and both one, for the message it sends to me, for the laughing and alive, for the live, for the lone, for the standing, for the love, for the art, for the flowers, and maybe the band, for the inner solitude, for the binding not to me, myself and chain, for the selling and set free, for the sometimes proud, but sometimes making you, for the fellowship that seems too far to seek. The world must I sing much less cold, for the rainbow's foot, for the soul to go, for the hope, for the feeling of the strong and not weak. For those I need not believe, I mind my own prison, make everything around me for the sun in your ease. For the shadow of a tree, in which the sun be kissed for where the gay birds sing, for the only the where winds will make the berries burning, for the bees are found, for the honey, for the best, for the music, an unlikely fashion, for the gazing of the merry-making crew, for the smiles, for the moment, the sigh, thinking while I rejoice within you. But soon, I foolish defensive I, and what do there or what to do, for the who am I, but who would even I, for therefore, for myself, the only one thing, for holding two roads, what to waste, and who to get the time for the giving and soul possession, the every day I live. And it's still minded despite the time, for the winnowing of the words of the cruise. Her openness for the rightness of the mellow and the saints. For the still mind for the own saints, for the breaking, giving of the singing of what you give. Who gave it to himself for me, for he to seek the sweet song, for the is to redeem, to set free, for the body and me to sing, no death, for the stinging, to sing in no grave, to the victory. For the standing by your song. Who's the scene to win anyway? This may be the day who's seen it. Who nor you now who the wind who passed through. Either I for the me, for the trees that burn down their heads and the passing by. These are the relevant terms and you can say hi to if you were down enough. Or who can tell? Who's the praying tree anyway? Who would? Who could? Who? How much would? Could you would if you would? Or if you would a woodpecker, how much would you pack? Maybe the traffic is the same, maybe the same tree. The picture is the last complete for the eucalyptus is the narrow. Above giving the blessed still see no thought to the yesterday and today's tomorrows. The black thermometer spare for the branches and spreading the wings of its the prayer for the sunny day in the summer land of the tree for only visible from the highway. Highway for the pentiment perishable for the cars racing too fast. Four wheel swerve for the avoiding of the shift left. Southbound and the toll for the fast for the sun does not seek the yoke into the glass ocean. Slow down, see an empty nest with the moving roots and sticks and praying tree. Birds to the something with the raised fear of the land. Golden nature for the ignorance and the imperfection of the witness of the wings. The wet wings, the open and close and the Morse codes for goodbyes. These are the silent solitudes, the song, the poem, the becoming unknown for known. And now, a person, place, or thing that you can understand or come to resonate with. You could be not a myth. Wanted to be stuck between the lips like sticks to lipsticks, and this is not wanted to trace discarded. But when you arrive at the tips of your bit, intrigue for the seduced and maybe the premium, for the platinum, for the white minted, and stolen the heart, the coming up for drink, another gentleman for the question here to seduce the pink thought traced by the break thrown at the widow, and maybe the left in the back of the veal for the drop back meat for the wing for the bird for the coating the toast the clink. You can create the girl with the golden goose is not the scarlet. You can find the lipstick to the wine glass like I can do is wink at a song. The tricks of the age and you can call it cat. You can grab it if you want to love. I plays with the soft when I can think I'm not more than a myth and recluse to find it. Remains of a trace of a scarlet and a caught left with the collar of a letter. Maybe it was the will or the letting her. You can be responsible towards your own mission. Make this complete with the poem. Make this the beat and the rhythm. You can be immersion of the act. You can return to the sunlight. You can look at the sundial. You can God's will yourself to the dial of flow fatigue. Where you're no longer blasted.
I stack myself. I stack myself out into I stack myself out into her heart, and she said, "Oh well." And I said, "That's the way for the ocean. Ain't nobody caring about my love." And that's the way for the ocean, you know well. Yeah, that's the way for the ocean. Yeah, that's the way. Oh well, for the ocean. Yeah, I said, "How you doing?" She said, "Oh well, I'm doing fine." I said, "Oh damn well then." Nobody cares about the ocean.
Everything needs affection, even the cause and effects. Just because for the cause doesn't lead to effect. We take the precautions. Caution. It's an option, but necessary for the place for the foreign to find a little area of the bear to find a little one temperature is warm enough for the average people to cohabitate. This is the lesson that we learn. This is the understanding and the concern. And maybe this is for learning. The burning sensation we can be sensualized for the way that we occupy ourselves with the rhythm of being sovereign. But this is not the modern technology of the society that can bother with the message, the relevance and understanding intelligence and the ability to learn. Lessons in understanding the time for the essence of time. Distance and space, and we can have a place adjacent, complacent. Maybe we'll lead you to a destination that you really don't want to understand yourself or for the meaning of philosophy, trains of thought and principle, or understanding your memory. We are not going through the life lessons for nothing, not to be in vain. For your veins are blue, you can understand the red that comes from those who dread the places for the hold the top at the head for not understanding the train of thought. Lost caught without understanding the meaning of number or esoteric energy for the alchemy is only here for the kinetic and we be the solidarity remove the movement and maybe improve for this is understanding construction and labor force. This is the barter system. This is not asking you to martyr for those who martyred us for us not to be murdered for no reason. Christ high the crazy green the Christ consciousness and those who try to understand that we cannot beyond to keep you focused on religion, not understanding you are God. This is the place of you more and more the end lesson, more that we can contest with the adolescents, the adolescents, you can add them up. This is the place where we come from. This is the place inside of the temple, inside of your humdrum. You must own to let that vibration out of you. This is the understanding the balance of yin, the yang. Those the good and the God, the bad in you. Those who must understand yourself. You must understand them. The commonality is not that complicated. Common sense. Maybe the evidence of your sensuality is maybe the emotions of a walking time bomb, walking through time, keeping your eyes and your watch and smartphone. This is the clones of the drones, the coaching that comes with the caves. Maybe the understanding that we are the raver, the raving out, rapping. It's like ravens or avengers. Cultures who fly around cultures in different oblations and breaking down and gentrifying countries and communities and the obscurity that happens. The rapping that takes place behind the bars. Cars can be your karma. The karma can understand your destination has no destiny for you. Can be evacuation. What's evicted or permitted? Never you're not understanding the application. Where's the app for that? Maybe I will fly. This is the reason why I died to be living and not have to will for under the ground like I am now.
You can't see the light.
Where the earthworms and earthworms dwell. For maybe the fortune you can tell. Sit up from the tree to tell who would I would if I could be a tree to find the freedom and maybe the liberty to breathe life. Bringing in the carbon emissions and bringing out the oxygen. This is more for the concentrated, the concentration, the constipated. I talk shit for Royce Defy.
I must admit too, there's something that doesn't add up about this. There's more to the rhythm and the rhyme, and there's more to the music. The rhythm is in our frequency. The vibration makes you move and dance. And the ancestrals in you will make you wanna move your feet. It's a solid mother's ground as in you're grounded. And I am more than a theology, I am astrology, and I am your sentiments and course. I don't want to say nothing that you don't want to agree with. If we can't understand that we have a different philosophy or ideologies, it's ideal to me. I want to learn about you, even if it's not the same as mine. I am yours till the end of time, and I don't ever want to wear a watch. I'm not watching what I wear either. I love her. I will think about her even when I'm sleeping. These are places inside my mind, rested and embedded in a place and outside of the bed. It is not about the sex, so don't get it misread. These are the places that born to speak from your body get to your spirit. We must fill the accounts of your tank. This is something that you don't want to abuse it if you must understand. Your life is in the place and your time and relative to your energy and mass. And you're the God within the power, and your power is manifested in you. Are the reflection of yourself and a member of the cosmos. Your multi-universe in direction you converse with direction and conviction, meaning be intentional. The spiritual, lyrical, and the mystical allows you to be part of the heavenly universe to create the seas in your eyes can see farther than that horizon. Your equilibrium is the balance to maintain. Compose, manage yourself. You're the waves in and out like a om and a calm, be still. Vibrate you well. Must have hope and perseverance to per person that you encounter. Like an empath, you wish you can counterattack. Like on the counter of Sister Act and act like you know what movie Lauryn Hill came from the place what runs down with the tumbling of a snowball effect. But they don't bounce, they roll. You can roll to the bounce if you want to. If you got soul,